Okay. Hi, PL Hampton. How are you?
How are you doing, Douglas?
Doing fine,
Glad to be
thank you.
here.
Thank you for coming on the show. It's nice to have you here. So, reading through your bio, you're currently a college professor and also a law student pursuing your Juris Doctor. Is that correct?
Yes, that's currently I am in. I'm a professor teaching what I like to say, what I've learned in my previous life, what my previous profession was. I was in finance, so I am teaching finance mainly online right now, and I am pursuing my Juris Doctorate, seeking to possibly get into criminal defense law or criminal law as well as civil rights law.
How far along are you? How much more do you have
I
to
have a year
go?
left, one more year, and then I will take the bar exam.
Okay, well, good luck for that.
Thank you.
Why did you decide you want to become a lawyer?
I wanted to become a lawyer because of a lot of the things going on in society in regards to how the law seems to, in a lot of regards, be seems to be crafted for those who have money and not those who actually need the legal services. Individuals who happen to be maybe low income or middle income and just simply cannot afford legal services. And I think there's a gap there that needs to be filled. And I want to be able to be a part of filling that gap and helping people in need.
Are you going to be doing all pro bono work?
I'm probably going to be doing more nonprofit type work. I've been looking into possibly something like the Innocence Project, legal aid. I'm a little further along in my career, so I'm not looking to be in big law, and I'm not really looking I'm not looking to be in a big law firm, and I'm not looking in regards to just pursuing it for the money.
So you're not going to be wearing $3,000 suits?
um, I can't say that. I do like a nice suit, but I don't know if $3,000 is worth it. I think I've found a lot of other suits that's a lot cheaper than that. But no, that is not my intentions.
Well, while you've been doing all of that, you've also written a book called Shadowland. Is this your first published work, or have you done other work?
I have another book. It's called Picking Chrysanthemum. However, that book was self-published. This book was published by Rise, Running Wild Press. Um, and I am so grateful that they have given me this opportunity to publish this work and get it out there for everyone to read and hopefully enjoy.
Okay, it says that this is going to be a series. So did you write like one big long book and they chopped it up?
No, no, I had in mind already a series of books. In all honesty, I don't know if it's going to be 3 or 4 books, but there's a character in this novel that I want to elaborate on, and she's a very rich character, and I want to, for her, I think she deserves her own story. Plus, I want to finish Aaron, the protagonist's story. The protagonist in this story, I want to finish his journey and his evolution as a human being, as a person, as well as the family dynamics that takes place in Shadowland. I would like to um, flesh that out even more and give it a little more depth and make it rich, a lot more richer.
Why did you decide to take on this project?
This project came to me from my wife, and it was basically she woke up one evening, one night, and simply said, "There's a shadow of a man in the living room." And so the part of the book that talks about that is somewhat loosely based on a actual dialogue that took place between me and my wife. But from that point on, it just sparked something in me, and I couldn't go to sleep the rest of that night. And I just started writing and writing something simply based off my wife saying that she saw a shadow of a person in our living room. And it kind of plays into the whole theme of the book and the title Shadowland, which has sort of a dual meaning to it. Meaning when I say Shadowland, I'm referring to that place in between heaven and hell, good and evil, and then also for this particular character, the main character of the book of the novel, um, the it goes to his mental things that are going on with him mentally that kind of makes it unclear of whether what he's experiencing is real or not.
What is a Yoruba?
Oh, Yoruba. Yoruba. You're
Oh,
saying
okay.
Yoruba. Yoruba is a tribe in mainly in Western Africa, around Nigeria, Benin, Ghana, in that area. They're a tribe of They're an African tribe, along with the Iwi, Ibu, so on and so forth.
Okay. Are they part of this story? Is that why they're mentioned?
Yes, I woven in folklore from particular tribes such as the Yoruba, the Ibu, and the Iwi. Yes, they are. They make up the basis of the paranormal, supernatural events that takes place based upon the divination trade. The divination trade plays a huge role in unlocking all of this activity that takes place in the book, and that sends this our main character along down this road of his journey.
Okay. Yeah, that's mentioned on here. A divination board, it says.
Yes, it's called a divination tray, more so than a divination board.
All right. Is it like a Ouija?
It is not like a Ouija board. The picture of it on the title, the cover of the book, it looks exactly like that. It is basically what they call a talking board. It's a way of communicating with the ancestors. And there is a diviner, and then there is a person who has a question which they wish to ask their ancestors or the spirit world, spirits in the spirit world, particular spirits. Um, and they go to a person who is called a diviner or oracle, and this person will help them and guide them, seeking to get answers from their ancestors in regards to the questions they may have.
All right. It says on here that you actually have one.
Yes, I do. And the only problem is I don't have it here because I am in the process of living in two places in the Midwest where I'm doing my law degree, and on the West Coast in San Diego where we're moving to. And so it is in storage, unfortunately. That is my divination tray that is on the cover.
Okay. Maybe you can just describe it a little bit.
In that instance, my divination tray or the divination tray is an oblong piece of wood, and it's usually made out of the baobab tree, for it's a sacred tree. Usually, the baobab tree in Western Africa is where there is libations to the ancestors, gifts to the ancestors placed at the base of the tree, because the tree is viewed as sacred. So the tree is not cut down, but when the baobab tree falls, they usually will use that wood for sacred things. And one of those sacred things that they use the wood for is creating a divination tray. And so it's an oblong tray. It has on it, on the edges, etchings of, on the top, there's a face of, depending on uh, Pan Africanism. If you're from the Caribbean, you probably know that individuals that etching on that face is Legba. If you are of Western Africa, it's called Eshu. And on the bottom there is a serpent. And depending upon where the cowrie shells, there's 18 cowrie shells, which is very specific. And depending upon where the cowrie shells land on the board and what side of the cowrie shells is open, that will help the oracle determine the answer to the questioner's question.
Okay. So does your character in the book, he uses this for, I mean, we don't want to give away the whole book. We want people to buy
Right.
it. But
Yes.
he uses it to further his adventure, his story in the book somehow.
The character in the book unwittingly plays with it, thinking it's like a regular game, and not knowing how to use it properly unlocks some very wicked things.
He gets into contact with the dark side.
Right, not knowing how to use it
Okay.
correctly, um, and then this is part of the folklore. Not knowing how to use the board correctly can unlock, rather than allowing you access to your ancestors and the good spirits, it can unlock and unleash the evil spirits.
How much research did you do for this book?
I did a lot of research. I had to do a lot of research, determining and understanding the different types of spirits. There are different types of good spirits and evil spirits, or as they call bakas, that that make up sort of this pantheon of spirits within Buddha. And of course, there is this one main spirit that is the supreme spirit, but there's all these other deities. And so I had to do a lot of research. I had to understand the ceremonies involved that are used in order to call upon these spirits, whether that is rituals where there's song and dance, or where there's chanting and dance, or whether there is the use of the divination tray. So there was a lot of understanding. I had to understand a lot about the cowrie shells and their significance, and what the number 18, why that number 18 is significant, and as well as the tapper. On the cover, you'll see that there's not only the divination tray, but there's a tapper along with some cowrie shells. That tapper is used in calling upon the spirits when answering the questioner's question.
We've got just a couple minutes left. I want to hit one thing here that's on your talking points. It says why you feel your writing is hard to place neatly into one genre. What genre would you put this book in?
I would put this novel in a thriller suspense genre that happens to have paranormal in it. I find it hard in where to place this, because this particular novel deals a lot with family dynamics. It deals a lot with history, particularly African American history and African history. It deals a lot with one individual's personal journey and growth. So it's not gore. It's not it's paranormal in regards to spirits and people's beliefs. And I really feel that right now, particularly at this moment, it is a good novel book to be out there, to give us other perspectives on, I guess, horror, the horror genre, or the suspense thriller genre, and have different characters play out different aspects of our lives here in America.
Well, I think on that we got to wind this down. Thank you so much for coming on the show. My guest is P.L. Hampton. The book is called Shadowland. The book is out now?
Yes, it is. It's on. You can get the book on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com as well as Goodreads, as well as you can go to Rise, Running Wild Press, and you can follow me on p.l.hampton_author on Instagram.
Okay, you're on Instagram. Do you have a website of your own, or no?
Not yet. Working on that.
Not yet. Okay. Well, we'll have people follow you on Instagram then. And thank you so much for coming on the show. This was a fun conversation. Best of luck with the book, and I guess books, and your studies.
Thank you so much, Douglas. It was a pleasure meeting you.